Hello and welcome back to the Watford Way. And today we have your live match watch along for Watford versus Sheffield Wednesday. And today I'm joined by two guests, not one but two. Firstly, a regular guest in the channel. We are joined by Finn. Finn, how are you doing today, mate?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Really looking forward to the game, and yeah, hopefully we can get back after this international break with another Watford win, and yeah, we're in fantastic form before the international break, and hopefully we can continue that afterwards. And I'm also joined by Adam from Watford Opinions on Instagram. Adam, how are you doing today? Hope you're having a great day, mate.
Hey, I'm well. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad, not bad. Hope everyone in chat's doing well too. And yeah, we've got about 4 minutes or so until kick-off now. Adam, do you want to walk us through the starting 11 and kind of give your thoughts on the team that Xisco's put out today?
Yeah, I think the main thing that everyone's excited for is both Zinchenko and Sarr healthy. I guess the main question is going to be how healthy really is Sarr, because we were talking about it before. We don't want Sarr to totally fold in half and be out the rest of the season, but considering he didn't have to go on international duty, that was definitely a very good help to hopefully help him regain fitness. Zinchenko back is great. And then I guess the rest of the lineup is pretty conventional. And the other main talking point is starting Isaac Success up top again instead of Andre Gray, which it'll be interesting to see how that goes, because Gray, as of late with Jamaica, he played pretty well in the international break. So maybe he's not starting due to fitness.
Oh, you know what, Adam? Did you see Andre Gray's assist? It was actually really, really good.
Yeah. Well, of course, I was watching that because it was against the USA. So, yeah, that was very nice.
Yeah, it really was good. And Finn, what do you make of Isaac's success starting up front? I know, Ken Semmer's been moved to the bench today. João Pedro's gone to the left and Success has gone up front. How do you see that panning out? Because, Success has recently come back from injury and hopefully he can make an impact and score a few goals towards the end of the season. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
I think it's a positive and a negative, because I'm really happy that Semmer has been given a rest, because I wouldn't put it past Xisco to play him. Messina played on Wednesday and he's still playing. I'm glad he's given him a rest, because Semmer was knackered before the international break anyway. The only thing I would change about the lineup is possibly hung both as Success and then just move João Pedro central. And but if it was my perfect line, I'd probably start Lazar and sub on Messina, because, like I said, Messina, he played 77 minutes just on 2 days ago, and I just think eventually, like Adam said, we don't want people to just fold in half and then be out for the rest of the season.
Well, the teams are coming out now. Sheffield Wednesday are coming out onto the pitch. Adam, do you really see, who do you think are Sheffield Wednesday's biggest threats, to this Watford team? So I remember in the reverse fixture, Josh Windass caused us a few issues, but apart from that, I can't really see any major threats to this Watford defence, really.
I mean, we know how they're going to play, of course. It's probably going to be a very similar match to the one against Birmingham City before the break. I mean, again, as you mentioned, Windass is definitely a talented player. We were linked with him, not last window, but during the summer we were reached with him. And up top, Jordan Rowe, I mean, obviously they haven't been having the best season, but they're going to go aerially. They're going to target it the same way. And I guess the main thing to watch out for is set pieces, because then again, when we're the dominant team and we're expected to win, that's what the other team's going to do. They're going to try to catch us out on set pieces. And otherwise, I wouldn't be. Hopefully, we can break them down early, because otherwise, they're just going to try to sit really deep. Because at the end of the day, a draw for them is like a victory. So,
yeah, I think that is another point, and they are struggling at the moment. They want to try and avoid relegation. It is looking difficult for them at the moment. And we saw last season with Watford when we were in a relegation scrap. I mean, we beat Liverpool 3-0. So any result is possible. And yeah, I mean, hopefully we can get the job done today. And yeah, really, really exciting stuff. Finn, do you have a score prediction for today, mate? I know you're usually very, very negative with your score predictions. Are you going to go for a Watford win?
See, if I ever say a Watford win, I can guarantee we'll lose. So I'm going to say 0-0.
God, that's very, very negative, Finn. I've gone for a 3-0 to Watford today. I've gone for a 3-0.
Very brave.
Yeah, Adam, what about you, mate?
I don't like being this brave, but recently it's worked, so I'm just going to say 2-0 Watford. Although I think we have to talk about Xisco's outfit today. He's got a sharp outfit on.
Wow, I mean, Xisco's looking very dapper today, I have to say.
I haven't seen
Zisco
it yet.
is wearing a nice suit. Finn, refresh your stream. Refresh it. When it starts, I'll let you know what minutes and seconds I'm on, and we can try and adjust.
Are you like, just behind it, the camera's just behind the Watford goal at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Let's have a look at your comments in chat then. Ollie has gone with 1-0 to Watford, but a draw wouldn't surprise me. I think that's right. There's Jesus saying Zisco and his suit with heart eye emojis. Superb. Barry Andrews in chat. Hello, Barry. Hope you're doing well, mate. Ajax in chat. Caroline's in chat. You're all here. I hope you're having a great day. And yeah, hopefully Watford can get this win.
Can I just say,
right?
Ollie's cancelled plans with his friends so he can watch this watch along. So I think he's playing legend status.
That is legend status from Ollie there. I hope you're going to enjoy it, Ollie. And yeah, hopefully Watford can score.
Again, that's the strength of our squad. That Andre Gray.
Finn, is that you?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
So, Adam, I'm literally about to kick off on my screen.
Yeah, they've just taken the knee.
Yeah.
They've stood up.
Yeah.
All right, I'm the same.
And we've kicked off.
Yep. Perfect timing.
So 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds.
I'm on 4 now.
We're like half a second different.
You know what? That will do for us, won't it? I reckon.
Yeah.
Superb. So here we go then. Nice and sunny at Vicarage Road today. Watford we're looking to get promoted back to the Premier League, and this is what we've got 8 games left. This is the first of them, and hopefully we can get this done today. And yeah, it's going to be really, really. I'm just a little bit worried now. I mean, I'm watching the Sheffield Wednesday team, how they're set up already. I mean, as Adam said, they are going to be quite aerially focused in terms of their attacking play today. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Oh God, someone's on the floor already. Oh.
It's good to see Nathaniel Chalobah back, though, isn't it, Adam? And he's been performing really well lately, hasn't he?
Yeah, no. At the beginning of the season, I've always been very, very critical of Chalobah just because I know how good he's been, and ever since that injury way back, it's like he hadn't seemed to be the same, but he's been improving so much recently. It's great to see.
Yeah, it's really, really good. And I think it's been an injury. Here we go. Kiko out wide, cross it into the box.
Oh, I've got to get.
Oh.
I'm well ahead of you.
Are you?
I saw the keeper cross.
What minutes and seconds are you on, Finn?
150.
We're on. I'm on 146, 47, 48.
I'm on 146, 147, 148 right now.
Yeah.
Do you want me to pause it for a second?
Yeah, pause it for 3 seconds, Finn, and hopefully you should be more in sync of us then.
1, 2, 3. Just had the replay of the foul.
I'm at 207, 208.
211, 214, 215.
18 people watching at the moment. Make sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'm hoping to hit 320 subscribers today. I'm only 2 away, so if you haven't already, click that subscribe button. That'd be much appreciated. Watford got a free kick now in the Sheffield Wednesday final third, you'd say. And yeah, hopefully we can get ahead on this because good opportunity for Watford to assert their dominance early on.
It's a good opportunity for Zinchenko. I'd prefer Zinchenko to take this on the season.
Yeah. What time? I'm on 246 right now. 247.
Same.
All right, we're synced up.
Andre Gray will score today. He's not on the bench.
Oh.
Good ball in.
Who's that?
God, I'm just quite nervous now. I mean, I was confident going into this game, but I am nervous now. Now it's actually happening.
I don't think I've ever been confident before a Watford game. I'm not gonna lie.
Sarr crosses it into the box. Oh, Isaac Success got something on that.
Oh,
Ooh. James, I think you're a couple seconds ahead of
you're
us.
well ahead of us
Am I?
now.
Let me pause for a couple of seconds. Let me pause.
That was a good cross, that.
That was a great cross, yeah.
That would have been
There
an
you
own
go.
goal.
I should be more in sync now.
I'm at 3:45 right now.
So, me and Adam are just in sync.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you saw, but Sheffield Wednesday's manager's actually tested positive for COVID, so he's not in the stadium today.
All right.
Oh, I didn't actually know that.
Yeah.
I've just refreshed mine. So what seconds are you guys at so I can get back in sync?
4:14, 4:15, 4:16.
Oh yeah, I'm in sync now. Great.
Wow.
Oh God, this is exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. And how weird is it, by the way, that it's Friday and it's a 3 p.m. kickoff? Like I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I don't like it. It's weird.
Oh well, for me, it's 10 a.m. right now, and then Monday I have 7:30 on a Monday a.m. on a Monday.
Jeez. 7:30 a.m.
I could,
You know what?
I'm on the East Coast though. I mean, there's people on the West Coast where it's just stay up from the night before and go to sleep at 6:30.
I'm not
7
sure.
a.m.'s not too bad. Like, if I was you, Adam, I'd wake up in bed. I'd be lying in bed watching a Watford game while I've just woken up. It'd be nice and relaxing, you know.
Yeah, it could be worse. It could be worse.
25 people watching now. I think this is the record numbers we've had for a watch along. So really good to see.
All right.
Sheffield Wednesday on the attack now.
I was all from that Messina cross. What are your thoughts on Messina? Because I mean, obviously his 2 goals as of late have definitely helped, but like sometimes he'll do something like he does that a couple times a match. It seems where he just tries to play a long ball across the pitch and it's just intercepted by.
You know what? He does do that a lot. I call it like a lofted ball. Like he'll float the ball up into the air. It's not really got any direction on it. You know, he does that quite a lot, and I think Troost-Ekong's probably guilty of that as well. But yeah, but for me, I mean, I know Finn said at the start of the stream he'd like to see Lazar play, but you know, I think for me that Messina has to be starting.
That was a great ball by Messina right there.
Come on, come on,
go!
Yes, come on.
Yes,
Oh.
come on.
Oh wait, what?
What? What's he done
He
here?
didn't touch the ball. He didn't touch the ball.
That was an own goal.
Hold on,
He didn't touch it.
What's actually
He
happened
didn't
here?
touch the ball. That was an own goal.
That's an own goal.
No, that was an own
It's
goal.
an own goal, but what's the linesman saying?
Given offside against success.
He was offside, but he didn't touch the ball.
Yeah, so yeah, I think Adam's right. Like, he wasn't
all right,
interfering with play. They've gave it.
Has he given it?
Yeah, he's given it.
Come on.
Come on, Watford 1-0 up. That's what we want to see. Own goal.
That's good early.
No
That's what we needed.
Just as we were talking about Messina's long balls, he does that.
Well.
And again, I mean, it was Ismaila Sarr putting a dangerous cross into the box.
Does anyone know if Shay Dunkley's playing? Because we were linked with him in the summer, weren't we?
Watching this back, I mean, success would have obviously got there if it got to him, but
I think success was offside, though. I think.
Wow, that's a bit strange. I don't know why it took them so long to make that decision.
I don't know. They still arguing it. Or how can you argue against that?
Oh, get on with it. Get on with it. He's giving it now. He's giving it.
Yeah.
30 people watching the watch long now. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate you all being here. Watford now 1-0 up. Bit of a strange goal. We weren't too sure if the referee actually gave the goal, but he has now given it, and Watford are 1-0 up, courtesy of a Sheffield Wednesday own goal.
Who was it? Do you know?
No idea, because I've got no sound on.
Just falling on the floor.
No, I find it funny how we were like criticizing those Messina long balls, and then he puts them in.
Yeah.
I tell you what, that was such a good ball as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, so I mean, obviously Sarr doesn't get an assist for that, but that's what the stats don't show.
Does he not get an assist for it?
Most score. Most databases, they don't count that as an assist. I don't think they officially count it as one.
That's ridiculous.
Adam, there's a question for you in chat here.
My brother has our third kit. I don't have, he has it with him right now.
I know, you should be part of the third kit gang. Me and Finn are part of it, but you're in the home kit gang.
Yeah.
Disgrace.
It's been growing. I think the third kit's the cleanest, but the home kit's been growing on me. At the start of the season, I was questionable of it, but I like the focus on the badge.
Yeah.
I
I
agree.
mean, hopefully it won't be too long before we start seeing some leaks of next year's home kit. I mean, I'm not too sure what time of the year they usually happen, but usually around April, May time, you start to see leaks of the kit come out.
Norwich already leaked their kit. Or leaked.
I've seen quite a few clubs get their kits leaked. I've seen Man United's home kit. I mean, that looks dreadful. I've got to be honest.
One thing I'll never understand is the new Liverpool kits. Like they've looked the same since like it's like one little line that's different every year.
Yeah,
that's like they don't really. I mean, there is only so much you can do with a red kit, isn't there? Like you can't add any other colours to it. So
Like
I reckon. Go on.
I don't necessarily think they need anything different, but it's like there'll be like rankings of best new kits announced, and it's like the Liverpool kit's #1. Like they just added a little line. It's like
That's true. Oh no.
that's
Okay.
well done, Cirielta. Oh no.
I know you would.
against Rotherham.
I mean,
that was given.
Yeah.
I mean, Adam, that was a horrendous refereeing decision, wasn't it, against Rotherham?
I don't know what the Rotherham players were hardly even protesting as well.
There was contact. I watched the replays back and there was contact, but it was literally like the contact was like this. Like, it was nowhere near enough for him to go down.
Yeah.
So Sheffield Wednesday have got a corner now.
This is where I'm scared.
Here we go.
Oh.
Oh.
James, I think you're a bit behind us.
No, I don't. I think I've just got a delayed reaction, Finn.
Oh.
I'm on 10, 54, 55, 56.
You're like a second.
58, 59.
It's all right.
11.
I don't mind. A second behind doesn't bother me. It's all right.
Fair enough.
One thing I find interesting, though, it's like, obviously, I think the one part of Bachmann's game, which at least at first was very quiet, like, Bachmann's shot stopping is next to none. Like, he's a fantastic shot stopper. Good, very good with his feet. The one thing that was questionable was, like, him on set pieces and coming off his line.
Yeah.
But I wonder if our set pieces have improved in attacking them have improved as a result. Like last week, we scored a great set piece routine, and it's like if we're clearly practicing them in training, it's also going to help our attacking set pieces. So
I think you're right. I think that's the one criticism I had about Bachmann. It was like his overall control of the box and how vocal he was. But actually, since he's played more games, I think that's actually improved. And yeah, I mean, Ben Foster, in terms of his distribution, I mean, it's nowhere near Daniel Bachmann. And I actually, at the moment, I mean, you can't really drop Bachmann, can you? So yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Ben Foster to get back into the team. Yeah,
and Zisco was saying that Bachmann is like Zisco basically said Bachmann's our man now as well the other day, and it's like I wrote an article like if Bachmann should be our #1 before Foster was injured, and I guess have to switch it around in a sense that. Although it's I guess you could argue it's harsh on Foster. Yes, he was making a couple uncharacteristic mistakes. It's not as much as Foster's lost a spot. It's just Bachmann now hasn't done enough to lose it. Like before, Foster hadn't done enough to lose his spot. It's like the roles are reversed now. Like it's not Foster's fault he was hurt, but now that Bachmann's done so well, it's like it's his spot to lose. Same with Ciaralta when he initially came in at the back. It's like the people above him, the reason Ciaralta initially came in wasn't because they lost their spot. It's just because of injuries. But now Ciaralta's done so well, it's his spot to lose at no fault of the other players.
So do you think if Ben Foster never got injured, that Daniel Bachmann wouldn't have played the season at all? Do you think that Ben Foster would have kept his place throughout the whole season?
I think there's a lot better of a chance. Then again, like against Huddersfield, he was very questionable that match. Against Swansea, he was very questionable. Maybe if he had another couple matches like that, then not. But I definitely, of course, I don't think Bachmann would have come in as soon as he did if it weren't for the injury. But he's definitely deserved it for a long time now.
I think something that people don't talk about with Ben Foster is like you see him as a senior pro, but I think some of his professionalism is probably leaving him because I was listening to a podcast that he was on, and he was talking about how that he'll have Premier League YouTube videos next season. I just think you're one of the senior pros. You need to show to the younger players that you can't let complacency slip in, and that's what loses your matches. And I think in that sense as well, I think the YouTube channel's probably hindered Ben's chance of coming back into the team, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think there's inherently anything wrong with the YouTube channel. But you're right. I mean, at the end of the day, even if it's not his intention to be complacent, if it's not his intention to create a distraction, it still is at the end of the day. I mean, he was on the Jack. I think it was the Jackmate podcast. Maybe it was a different. On that, he was talking about at halftime, people were talking about how they celebrate in front of the camera. It's even if you're not trying for it to be a distraction, it naturally is. That's unavoidable. And I think there's some truth to that. I mean, if Zisco's seeing him doing YouTube, whereas Bachman's only focusing on the football, putting his head down, putting his best effort in all the time, and we're doing well without Foster, then I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I agree with that completely.
Sheffield Wednesday switching it out wide here now. They're kind of dominating the ball at the moment.
We haven't talked about the match in a bit.
Everyone looks good on the pitch. Oh, it's clever.
Hopefully, it's not too long before fans return as well. I know they're planning on letting some fans in for some of the FA Cup semi-final games at Wembley, the FA Cup final. So hopefully, end of this season, start of next season, we should have some fans back in Vicarage Road, which would be great.
I think they've said as well that they're trying to get fans back in for the last game of the season, which would be huge for us because we're at home.
Yeah, I mean, that would have to be done by a ballot again, probably, where obviously you just get randomly picked from a ballot.
Mm. That's good block.
Good block, Kiko. Sheffield Wednesday corner now. Did
you lot see the interview that Humber recently did with WD18? I watched a bit of it, and he seems like a really focused lad, and I think he's going to be a good player in the future.
Yeah,
even without
like a nice guy. I like the nice characters around the ground.
It can never be a negative having someone like that around the ground.
Yeah, I think also one thing that wasn't noticed is obviously in January everyone was focused on the arrivals, departures, the James Leah Saliki links. It's that's what everyone was focused on. But I think the one thing that doesn't get noticed enough is the youth development and recruitment we've been trying to take part of. I mean, we brought in Suker, we brought in Pochettino, Bergkamp, a couple Ochieng. We've been really developing our youth levels a lot, and I don't think people have taken enough note of that. So I think that's just something worth mentioning.
Fireball here saying 4,000 fans allowed at the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Obviously, I mean, Wembley is a 90,000 capacity ground, so 4,000 fans isn't a lot in comparison to that. But that's good to see. What's that, Finn?
I thought it was 10% of the stadium's capacity were allowed in. So I mean, 9,000.
I'm not sure.
Oh no.
Oh.
Well done, Serralta. Well done.
He's so good.
I'll tell you what, Serralta's played really well so far this game.
He's such a good player, Serralta, as well, isn't he? I
mean, there was that link. Was it last week, Adam, about him being trapped by 4 Premier League clubs? What do you kind of make of that? And is that something that you expect to happen?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking with the people that reported that because I was when I wrote the Serralta article way back when. It's I was talking to them and whatever. The 2 clubs they said, the 2 London clubs they said were most likely Crystal Palace and West Ham. I still think it's one of those things. There might be talks. I mean, if we go up, I definitely don't see it happening. I'd say maybe 50-50 if we don't go up. But I mean, I think he's won it. But the one thing that'll be so interesting to see is what do we place his transfer value at? I mean, we bought him in for basically free from Udinese, and it's not like he's had much other experience, a crazy amount of senior experience. So, but I'm hoping we go up and we don't even have to worry about that.
Can I just say something that's improved in Serralto's game a lot is what we've just seen right there is defensive awareness. Like he like I can't remember the cup game he played in, and he wasn't very good, was he? Like he got caught in possession a few times. I think his awareness of where the ball is, where the defenders are, where his teammates are, I think that's improved massively, and that's helped him to sort of cement his place in this team.
Yeah, there's a few long questions that have been submitted in chat. We will get to them probably at half time when we've got a bit more time to focus on chat.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for submitting these questions as well.
And what you were saying about Serralto getting more awareness, slightly unrelated, slightly related. And Serralto recently did an interview, and something I found very interesting is the chemistry of the back line, because you have Messina, who speaks Italian, Serralto speaks Spanish. I mean, but very similar languages. Femminia speaks Spanish, and Trusacong speaks Italian from his days with Udinese, and that's something Serralto's had that's helped him tremendously so far. So I think that's interesting as well. It's just little things like that can make a huge difference.
Pedro just destroyed their fullback.
God, I do love Xiao. He's such a quality player. I mean, hopefully, fingers crossed. We should be keeping him next season. But yeah, I mean, João Pedro is obviously gonna. I mean, the big club's gonna pick him up, anytime soon, isn't he? Aren't they? I mean,
I see him. I can definitely see it, especially if we go up for sure. I mean, I could see him with us a couple more. I see him leaving after Song. I still think Pedro. I still think we have a couple years with him, especially if we go up. I mean, in comparison to Richarlison, because that is the comparison to make. They're both Brazilian, aren't they? I think he will be. I think he'll actually probably have a better career than Richarlison has had so far. But yeah, I mean, hopefully, if we get promoted, he'll at least stay with us in the Premier League for one more season as a first-team player. Last season in the Premier League, he didn't really feature that much, did he? So hopefully, it'd be good to see him get some Premier League experience as well. Yeah, and I think one thing that isn't mentioned enough with Richarlison is he started amazing with us. He had 5 goals in his first 12 matches. Final 26 matches of the season, not a goal or an assist. Whereas, like, Pedro, again, like, maybe he's done decently well in terms of the past few matches he hasn't scored, but like he's definitely been a creator. He's definitely been an intricate, pivotal part to a lot of what we do. Even if it doesn't show up on this, and as he has
here Pedro is out on the left, running at the defence now.
Held it a bit long.
Yeah, he
I
lost.
was researching Will Hughes for a post I made on my Instagram. When he was 16, he was linked with Barcelona. What? That's so random.
I think you find that with a lot of Watford players. Like, we tend to get a lot of players who showed a lot of early promise in their careers, and they've kind of not quite made it. And for example, Roberto Pereira, he was never really. He wasn't a first teamer, I would say, at Juventus, but he was kind of like a squad player. And he won a Champions League. It's very, very true, but he wasn't an instrumental part of that. And then he come to Watford, obviously, and he was one of the best players at Watford when he was here. So we do tend to get a lot of players like that at Watford who showed a lot of early promise, were maybe at big clubs before they came to us. Like Chalobah, for example, he was at Chelsea.
Pedro here on the wing.
Oh, he's
Wait, not yet. Oh, what's that?
Oh, what happened there?
I don't. Let's go.
I think we just overcomplicated that.
I think that bad touch.
Yeah.
I mean, Pedro did well to get it into Zinkernagel, and
I like that. I like that Zinkernagel turn. I mean, that's maybe Gray does just to bring it up. Maybe Gray does better there.
I think it might be true. I think success maybe it's just an issue with match sharpness rather than anything else.
Wait,
what's happening?
This better.
What's going on?
What a weird set piece routine.
What have we just done?
What's that? What's happening there?
We just had everyone standing near the corner flag, and then what just happened?
That's baffled me, that has. We saw Derby do that against us, but what?
I tell you what, I think they were trying. You know that that header that Chalobah scored against Birmingham. It looked a little bit like that. I think they were probably trying to get a player to run around the back of the defence and get into some space, but it didn't really work.
Yeah, I think we're just trying to get those natural. I guess I don't know if you call them there in England, like picks or screens, like to block off the like where you have have the defenders run into each other essentially. Yeah.
Ryan, we are watching the game via Hive Live. Obviously, Watford are streaming the game. It's not on Sky Sports today, so we're watching via Hive Live.
That was a dodgy cross by Zinkenagel as well.
Yeah.
If Patterson dances after he scores against us, I think I might cry.
I tell you what, when they get these lofted balls into the box, Sheffield Wednesday, they do look a bit dangerous.
Oh, like that.
That's great goalkeeping.
That's
brilliant goalkeeping.
That's
really
superb by Daniel Batman, that is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like what you said, when they get the ball around their box, we do look shaky.
I mean, that was a great ball by them.
That is brilliant goalkeeping.
Did Saar get nutmegged then as well?
Yeah, success. I think it's good goalkeeping, especially from a goalkeeper who doesn't really usually like coming off his line too much.
Yeah.
Maybe if that was a few weeks ago, Daniel Batman might not have done that, but that's good. That's good to see. Good to see.
I mean, not a direct comparison, I guess, but for example, maybe the one against Bournemouth, sort of a similar situation.
Yeah.
Where obviously, I think he should have done better anyway, not to get beat near post, but maybe he comes out more, makes himself a bit bigger. He definitely did there, though. This match definitely has the same complexion as last match. It's like, even though like we have the lead and like are sort of commanding, it still feels it's not like the most shaky we've been, but there still are gaps. It's still not like the walk in the park.
If this was Norwich, we'd probably be a bit more under the cosh with their performance.
Well, we've got harder matches to come than this in terms of quality of opposition. Yeah. Norwich, Swansea, and we've got Reading next Friday. Hopefully, I should be doing a watch along for that as well. So yeah, I mean, lots of hard matches to come.
Corner
to Watford.
Kiko's playing very high this game. I've seen him pressing their fullbacks quite a bit. I think something that I noticed as well. I was watching for a couple of old games yesterday. Something I've noticed from the start of the season compared to like now is when Sarr scored at the start of the season, he sort of just picked the ball up and booted it in the air, or picked the ball up and started walking back to the halfway line. But now when he scores, he just he celebrates like he cares now. I think that's such a big.
I think that's probably the culture of the club under Vladimir Rivic. I mean, the players weren't enjoying themselves, were they, under that regime?
Someone's just been flawed.
I'll tell you what, we're doing a few different set piece routines here. I mean, it's interesting to watch. They've obviously worked on this in training over the international break.
How's that a foul?
First decent corner I've ever seen a player take.
Patterson just ran into his own player.
Yeah.
So 26, about 27 minutes gone nearly. Watford still 1-0 up. Looked a little bit shaky at times, but overall, I would say we're pretty comfortable at the moment. How are we looking for subscribers then? We're one away from 320. So if any of you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel already, please hit that subscribe button and you will be my 320th subscriber. Thank you very much.
I think one thing I just think it's something we miss is having Pedro centrally. I just think that there's a dynamic to the game that we miss out. I mean, and I'm not saying this just because I guess Brazilian whatever. It's like for Pedro, he really thrives like sort of in a Firmino-esque type role, like dropping in, using his feet, like playing the others around him. Whereas, I mean, no one else and the team offers something like that. It's more hold-up play style or playing on through. I just think Pedro has a totally different dynamic.
That was nearly.
Wow, what a ball that is. Oh, maybe not.
I've just seen AJ put in the chat, corner taken quickly. Success!
Come on, I want another goal. I never really feel too comfortable with just a 1-goal lead. So hopefully before half time we can get another.
Oh, that's
apparently Mr. Tibb is the 320th subscriber. So thank you very much, Mr. Tibb, for the subscription. Really appreciate it, mate. Hopefully you stick around for the rest of the stream.
Troy was in the crowd with someone that looked a lot like Craig Dawson. It wasn't Dawson, but it looked a lot like
It was Cleverly, I think.
Oh, right, fair. And there was someone else as well.
Was there? I didn't see that.
I wonder why Cleverly wasn't included in the squad today. Do you reckon that there's still a little bit of a niggling injury there, or do you just think that he's been given the game week off to just get back to to full fitness?
I think it's to get back to full fitness because he hasn't played a game in like over a month now, has he? So just even though he's back, like he's probably not got an injury anymore. Like I wouldn't play someone that hasn't played for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Mm. But equally, I mean, the argument is success. Andre Gray played for Jamaica on international duty. He's had some match minutes. Why not play him today? Because he will be more match sharp than maybe Success, for example.
The router, you donut.
This is weekly yellow.
I think. I mean, he did have to make that foul there, Finn. I think.
Yeah, but the problem is he's banned for the next match.
Is that his 5th of the season, or is it his 10th?
10th.
Oh, that means he misses 2.
No.
That's,
surely not. Is that right?
Let me Google it.
Oh no, Sirielta, mate. I mean, he'll miss Middlesbrough and Reading if that's the case.
Yeah. How many yellow?
So Sheffield Wednesday now got a free kick here from Sirielta's foul.
What?
Oh dear. That was a bit too close to comfort.
That's his 9th.
That's his 9th yellow, Finn.
There's 9 on transfer marked.
Oh, so that means this was his 10th then.
Yeah.
That's
No,
it's
8 on transfer marked, so that's his 9th.
Oh, all right.
He's still got to be careful though. I mean, I don't really want Sirielta to be missing. Say for example the Norwich game, or
Okay.
Come on. Oh, that's
doing.
Is that Sarr? Because I know it's Success.
Success, yeah. I mean, Sarr got the ball into the box there, and Success just fired wide.
Yeah.
His expected goals is probably almost as bad as Andre Gray's right now.
Championship. Oh, why can't I find any? Francisco.
I really want Success to do well, but it's just not worked out for him at Watford, has it? I mean, I actually was there for his debut game, and I think he scored a really good header against Bournemouth, if I'm not mistaken. And at that point, I thought, oh, we've got a really good player on our hands here, but it's just never really materialised for him at Watford, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, and again, a lot like he's had some off-field issues. He's had some injuries. I mean,
we know all about the off-field issues, Adam. I mean, they've been well publicised.
Yeah, I mean, but like you look at how he's been playing, even though he's been out for a year, and all like a lot of aspects of his game aren't bad, but it's just what it's been a lot of the time with Watford in our attack is just like the final product isn't there, and obviously it doesn't matter how close you get to scoring if you don't score. Like,
the movement's definitely there, and he definitely looks, Finn, he looks a lot slimmer, doesn't he, compared to before, whenever we last saw him.
Yeah, he does. I don't think you can blame him for not being his sharpest, but like you said, he hasn't played for a year. But I'd like to see him do a little bit better. That's good. He's won that far well.
Yeah. Oh, that was a fantastic play there, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wrong. I just checked. Siralta's got 7 yellow cards. That's his 8.
All right.
Finn, what on earth are you going on about? You said he had 9, then he's got 8, then he's got 6.
I misled him with the one.
I said he had 9. Then no, I'm saying he's had 8. This is his 8.
I misled him with the one before. I misled him with that one. I'll take responsibility.
I want to see Zinchenko take this, but I know Messina's going to have it.
I don't mind the tactic where it's just smash it as hard as you can at the face and we get it on target and hope for the best.
Test the bravery of the keeper. I just think we brought Zinchenko in and we expected him.
Adam, your tactic is a Troy Deeney penalty, but from a free kick.
Trooster Kong's standing over it. If Trooster Kong scores this free kick, I will post saying.
No, I reckon Messina's got this. I reckon Messina's.
He has the outswinger. He has the outswinger as well.
See,
or the into the wall.
I think Zinchenko needs to take one.
I don't know if you know, Adam, but was Zinchenko the free kick taker at his previous club, or I mean, you might not know that information, but
I can't give a straight answer to that. I mean, I can't say for sure. Not from what I recall. I know he took a lot of their penalties. I assume Jens Petter Haus, who's now on AC Milan, was there. I assume he was their set piece taker, primarily.
I looked on FIFA and he's got very good free kick accuracy on FIFA.
I mean, he definitely looks like he's got the quality to take them, but he's never really had that responsibility at Watford so far. So yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
If we get another one, I'd want him to take it because Messina's against Cardiff really shouldn't have gone in. It was a poor.
No, we don't say that. We don't say that though.
No, I know. I mean, it was a brilliant free kick for the occasion and what it meant, but a bit of a dodgy goal. I'd like to see Zinchenko take on.
Yeah, I just think like Zinchenko, he's been improving so much. First off, we still haven't seen him in his best positions. Like, attacking midfielder is probably his third or fourth best position to play. And I mean, half the time it's not even attacking midfielder. But then also, I just think the one thing, I think he should still be a bit more ambitious. Like, take on his long shot's not bad. I mean, he's come close on a few occasions with long shot. I wouldn't mind to see him take those more. Usually when we see the long shot, it goes into row Z. But now, like Zinchenko, they're a couple feet away. It's not that bad.
Finn, since when does FIFA make sense in the real world? Saha isn't 99 rated. Is it correct?
Well, I think FIFA. I mean, I personally would trust Football Manager more than FIFA.
Yeah.
You know. I think FIFA. I mean, I'm not an expert in FIFA, but I think they do take like player traits and stuff from the real world. But obviously, don't go on FIFA for your football stats.
Christopher, the game we're watching it on Hive Live, not a Watford stream it every week if they can.
So it's headed behind for a Sheffield Wednesday corner now. Was that success? Oh no, it's Chalobah. Who headed that behind.
Chalobah's been playing really well recently.
I think the captain's armbands helped actually, Finn, as well. I think that added responsibilities helped his overall game because he has, he feels he has to lead the team and lead with his performances. So I think that's helped him.
I also think he. Oh God, what's happened there?
Oh, Danny Batten carried that out there.
Good connection there. That's silly.
It's just them set pieces, isn't it? I mean, we always just look a little bit shaky when it comes to them, and yeah.
I think that is probably partly down to the keeper.
We've always looked shaky from set pieces, though. I mean,
if Ben Foster was there, I don't think we would have done much better, to be honest. So
yeah, fair. Yeah. The one thing I do wonder, though, is if Bachmann staying on his line is by nature or by instruction. Because I mean, against Swansea, Foster was caught out flapping at a cross. I just wonder how much of it's by instruction rather than by preference.
Good play here by Watford. Will Hughes edge of the box.
Zinchenko better be having this. Zinchenko better take this.
Makes more sense. This is a free kick now, right on the edge of the box. He also has the right foot of this.
He has the outswinger as well. Has to be him.
Is he given a penalty?
No.
Oh.
I mean, Zinchenko did a very exaggerated dive to the ground to obviously make it look like a penalty. But
yeah, it's definitely
a top tier player of that.
I reckon go top right to the keeper's side. That's what I do because I'm the best free kick taker in all of human history.
Half the team standing over this.
No, literally, like I know Adam said half the team is standing over this, but half the team are literally standing over the free kick.
Messina, walk away.
So now Sar's trying to take it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, go on, Ismaila. Put a word in, mate.
Gotta be Zinchenko.
God, what a good position that is. I mean, that's an ideal position for a free kick. That.
Zinchenko, please.
Come on.
Here's Zinchenko. Wow, it's better than Messina's.
I guess it's one of those where it's just a bit too close. There's not enough to get it fast up and down. Yeah.
38 people watching the stream now. This is the most viewers I've ever had on the Watford Way while doing a stream. So thank you very much for tuning in. Really appreciate you all being here. And yeah, make sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already for some more Watford content coming your way very, very soon. And Watford still 1-0 up. About 7 minutes left to go in this half. And yeah, I mean, hopefully we can get to half time and we're not drawing. Fingers crossed.
Hopefully we can get to half time with 2 goals.
Yes, Finn. That's the positivity I want from you.
I said hopefully, not we will.
Their goalkeeper's distribution has been shaky at best.
Ben Foster. Come on, you all. Yes. Yes, Neil.
Yes, Neil. Come on, you Hornets. Come on.
I haven't got the commentary. Yes, James, brilliant commentary. Go on, Kiko. Oh, that's lucky that. That's gone. Surely that's gone.
Oh, God.
Don't you dare. Sirielta.
Oh, Sirielta. Oh, dear. I mean, he is booked Sirielta at the moment. He's got to be careful there. I mean...
Is Cabra on the bench? He is, isn't he?
I think
so.
Yeah,
he is, yeah.
I think we should get Cabra on at half time. I can't.
It's always tricky in making a defensive substitution, especially at centre back during a game. Like if you can, I'd try and avoid it if possible.
True, but would you rather have 10 men now and a 2-game suspension?
I mean, that is also a very good point. But Cabasele's, he's just come back from a really long-term injury, isn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, with Sirielta, if he gets another yellow, obviously he's out next match. But then he needs 1 more yellow, and he's out 2 more matches, and just like that, he's out for 3 of our final 8 matches.
That's good defending.
Oh, blimey. They're getting good balls into the box here, Sheffield Wednesday.
Let me just check what defenders are on the bench.
Is Ben Wilmot on the bench? He should be, shouldn't he?
Oh, that's got to be a
foul, ref. That's got to be a foul.
I didn't see that. Who's booked? Who's got booked then?
He did. I mean, at least he booked him. I mean, he was tugging at Sar's shirt, Finn, 2 times.
Oh, that's disgraceful.
I mean, Adam, that's ridiculous.
Foster, Cabasele, and Gaki Elazar, Sanchez, Gosling, Hungbo, Semmer, and Gray.
That's a strong bench. That's a really strong bench.
I reckon if worst comes to worst, get Messina centre back and Lazar left back. But I really don't want Lazar.
I mean, me personally, I've not been impressed with what I've seen of Lazar so far.
He just spams it. He's just a long shot merchant right now.
Yeah.
He loves it. I mean, he has actually scored. I've seen a few of his goals that he scored at previous clubs. He has actually scored some bangers, but yeah.
But none of them have been like top corner though. They're all like.
It shows the quality he was playing against, really.
No, I know what you mean, Adam. Like they kind of bounced off the ground before they went in the goal.
That's only weird.
That makes it difficult for the keeper, though, James. I wouldn't say that's what pulls him down. I think it's just the connections just aren't very good, and then the keepers that he's facing just weren't very good. So
I mean, Ashraf Lazar's, he's not the long-term future of Watford Football Club, is he? So I wouldn't be too concerned about his performances. He's probably not going to be. He might not even be here next season. You just don't know what's going to happen at the moment.
Yeah, no, like him and Sanchez were just more for depth. Like we wouldn't want to be. We have to like play like a random U18 player. I mean, as you said, they're not going to come in to be like playing week in, week out, but it's just better to have the depth than not. Corner here.
Will Hughes whips this in.
Corner.
And it's goal kick to Sheffield Wednesday.
Well, I probably should have done a little bit better with that.
Looked like Chalobah's captain's armband was falling off then.
Just the Ronaldo's captain's armband's going on eBay for over £1 million.
No. If someone
Something like
pays that, that's ridiculous.
I thought it was bought for 75,000.
Oh, I don't know then.
You tend to find people put ridiculous bids in and they can't actually afford to pay the bid.
Yeah. Oh, Zisco.
So not long left to go this first half now. Only, a minute and a half left or so to go. Watford still 1-0 up. Not looked as comfortable as maybe I wanted us to at the start of the game, but you know, all we need at the moment is 3 points, and that's what we're doing at the moment.
Yeah, it's not. It's basically a carbon copy of last week so far.
Yeah.
Minus the
Serrati yellow card.
I mean, that Birmingham performance, I really, really enjoyed watching that. It was so good. I mean, Chalobah's header as well, so good.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, obviously, great result, great 3. But like, we played well, but it still was one of those matches. Like, if we needed to play better, we could. Like, I don't think we were playing very well. It still didn't seem like there were moments where like, all right, like we're doing well here, but if we were playing Norwich and needed to turn it up, we could. Like, it was still one of the matches where I think maybe we weren't at the very top of it. Like, we were very good, but if we needed to add a little extra, we still could as well. It's not one of those where like this is our all-out best either.
Yeah, I think it's another one of those games where we haven't really needed to get out of first gear. Yeah. But again, like if we needed to, we've got a strong bench. We've got players that can turn on the style if it's necessary. I said that really weird. Necessary.
I guess. I guess as we're coming up on halftime now, like one thing always important to talk about is the tactics, and obviously, like the whole thing is once we switch to a 4-3-3, like form tremendously improved. But it seems like now we've been doing more of a 4-1-4-1, which is obviously just a variation of the 4-3-3. But like, what are your thoughts on the 4-1-4-1 version of the 4? Because it's just a 4-3-3 with a triangle in the midfield with one defense. But what are your thoughts on that?
I think the fourth, the wingers dropping deep. It's not beneficial, but it's not detrimental either. Like, I'd prefer the 2 wingers to be further up, but at the end of the day, they've got the quality that beats this sort of team, and I think as long as they're in sort of near their preferred position, they'll play well.
Yeah, I just like it because instead of having 2, I like how we have the 2 attacking midfielders and 1 defensive midfielder, because it just gives us that extra bit of attacking license. The wingers have a couple more options to make overlaps with, but
not long till half time now. I mean, obviously we don't have the audio on, so we don't actually know how much added time there is. But
Pedro's in here.
It should only be a couple of minutes. Pedro's through here.
What a save!
Oh, what a save!
Delayed reaction yet again. That was a really good save, though.
Yeah.
You know what? That was actually similar to the one against Birmingham, but from a slightly different position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there's no Sema following in. That was a really good connect. That was a really good effort by João Pedro, though.
Couldn't have hit that much better.
God, Pedro is good, isn't he? I mean, we've got such a talented player on our hands there.
Give it 3-4 years and he'll be a Champions League player.
And he lives near me as well. He literally lives about a 15-minute drive away from my house, which is absolutely mad.
His shirt again. These shirts are made of paper.
Wait. Did they give that as a goal kick?
I think they did.
What?
What?
How's that?
Oh, the referees.
I'll tell you what, Adam, some of the decisions in this division aren't very good, are they?
This is, well, obviously that wouldn't have been checked by VAR, but this is why I don't think VAR would be the worst thing in the Championship.
Unless we completely missed the corner, Adam, I'm sure that was a goal kick.
I honestly, I'd rather play with referees like this than have VAR.
I see both stuff. I don't think that's a crazy thing, though.
It's a half time now. It is.
Looks like it. So it's half time. Watford 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. 42 people watching at the moment. I mean, that's absolutely fantastic. I'm really, really happy with how the stream's gone. And yeah, me, Adam, and Finn. Me, Adam, and Finn will be with you throughout half time answering your questions. So let me know your questions in chat. The Sheffield Wednesday captain is having to go at the referee for some reason. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Pedro seems to have got into an argument with someone.
They've been moaning about all match.
I'm not quite sure what they're moaning about because they've actually had a lot of decisions go in their favour.
They also thought that an own goal could be offside. So I mean, what?
It does look like João Pedro's maybe got into an argument with one of them.
I like that about Pedro though. Like he always gets into it, but I mean maybe with the exception of the Bournemouth match, he doesn't get into it too much. Like he'll try to he'll get under the skin of the other team, but not to the point where he himself is under.
Yeah.
I mean, again, obviously the match against Bournemouth was different, but there was a lot of things wrong with that match.
Adam Finn, I'm just going to scroll up through chat and just go to some of the questions that we had earlier, because there were quite good questions in there. So let's see if I can find them now. Just scrolling through all these comments. I'll put this one to you, Adam, and I'm quickly going to shoot off just so I can get a drink. And AE says, "Hey guys, can you explain to me what is the difference between Messina and Ngakia defensively and offensively?" So Adam and Finn, I'll leave that to you, and I'll be back. I'll be back in a couple of minutes' time.
All right. So, do you want to take this one first, or obviously we can both talk about it? But do you want to go first?
Well, you're the footballing guru, so I'll let you answer it.
All right. So I guess the main thing is Ngakia, he prefers playing as a right back. Messina prefers playing as a left back. So I mean I suppose that's not your question. I think it's more just like playing style and all that. Ngakia, it's definitely, he's still very young. With he only had 5 senior appearances in the Premier League for West Ham last season. They all came during Project Restart. David Moyes was doing it intentionally to try to make Ngakia resign. But I guess the main thing with Ngakia offensively as opposed to Messina is Ngakia prefers running forward and getting nearer to the byline. He prefers crossing in and more from a winging position, whereas Messina, he tries to clip it over the top more. Not to say Messina doesn't like to go up, but he's less inclined to making those overlapping runs, less inclined to making those tricky, intricate dribbles. Ngakia has that one step over move, which he likes using a lot. So Ngakia is definitely attacking minded. He wants to be more on the ball. He wants more touches on it, where Messina is more quickly loft it up, quickly get rid of it, crosses from far in. And then, I mean, defensively, again, especially for us, it's been hard to tell because Ngakia under Ivic was playing as a wing back, whereas Messina this season he's been playing as a left back because he wasn't healthy for Ivic. I'd say defensively they're a bit more similar. Obviously, Messina has the height. But again, Messina, he has a bit more of the physicality, whereas Ngakia is going to more try to come in and poke the ball. Messina is more of the player to try to make the winger turn around him, whereas Ngakia is more, I'm going to take the step off and poke the ball away from you type player.
Yeah. There's someone, Jesus was put in the chat here. Tom's even said, I assume that's Tom Cleverly. Tom has even said he would stay out of the squad for the rest of the season so we can stay in form. How important do you think it is that we stay in form? And would you mind Cleverly not playing for the rest of the season if it means the rest of the midfield in the squad's playing well?
I find it very interesting. You said Cleverly said that?
Yeah.
I find that very interesting because Cleverly was a huge part to our uptick in form. Zinchenko for sure has maintained it. He gives us aspects that Cleverly doesn't. I did a poll on my story where 65% of people said they'd rather Zinchenko start than Cleverly. I think he's a very interesting player to come out and say that because he was not doing bad by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think he was holding us back at all. Again, Zinchenko's creativity, especially if he's not able to play on the wing due to Pedro, Sema, and Sarr being preferred on the wings. Again, I want to see Zinchenko on the wing, but Sarr and Sema basically undroppable if they're not if they're match fit. I definitely find that interesting for Cleverly to say because I don't think he was holding us back by any stretch of the imagination. This is a whole other argument. If Dini had said that, then okay, because I mean we've had 9 wins in 10 matches since Dini's been absent, so that's definitely a different type of story. But for Cleverly to say that, I highly respect the mentality. It's a very professional mentality, but I don't think he was holding us back by any stretch of the imagination. I think he was pretty good for us and a big part of our upturn in form.
Yeah, I think you mentioned about Dini though. I think he's. I watched an interview that he did on the Watford YouTube channel, and I think he's determined to play in the last couple of games of this season. So I don't know if that's a positive or a negative, but I'm going to leave you with James now because I want to go and get a drink.
Yes, go get a drink, Finn, and we'll see you back here in a couple of minutes. Right, I'm back. What's been going on in the live chat then, Adam? What have you been talking about?
we were talking about Messina and Gakia's just differences in terms of playing style. And then we were talking about cleverly saying that, kind of alluding that he wouldn't mind not playing for the rest of the season if it meant in good form. And then we kind of both concluded, like, that's a very professional attitude, but cleverly himself, like, he was doing well when he was playing for us. He was a big part in our upturn in form. But now what we were just moving on to and haven't had a time to discuss yet is, I guess, Deeney wanting to play those past couple matches. So what are your thoughts on that?
On Deeney coming back and wanting to play the last couple of matches?
Especially in relation, I guess, tying to cleverly saying, even though I'm healthy, if me not playing means we do well, then I'm okay with it. Whereas Deeney, I mean, he definitely mentioned, like, I'm glad to see the team doing well without me, but it also, he didn't outright say that, I won't play if that means it's better for the team. It seems like he's really like obviously, as he shouldn't say I'm not going to play, but he definitely seems like I need to be back and I need to play type mentality.
I think in Tom Cleverley and Deeney's situation, I think that Tom Cleverley, I think he can still offer. He's I mean, before he got injured, he was a first team player, so he can still offer us something. But I think in Troy Deeney's case, we've seen how he's played throughout the whole of this season, and it's just never really. He's never really reached levels we wanted him to reach, and so I think Cleverley, I'd like to see him personally come back in and maybe play Zinkernagel on the right hand side of the attack, and what you do with Sarr then, I don't know, because you'd think Zinkernagel, you can't really drop Zinkernagel at the moment. That's up to Xisco whether he does or not. But
my apologies.
The phone's all falling down now. It's all going wrong. But yeah, I think that Deeney, I mean, even if he comes back from injury and he's fit to play, for me personally, for sure, have him on the bench and bring him on as an option for the last 20 minutes or so of the match. But I don't think Troy Deeney should be starting for Watford anymore. And I'm sure you probably agree with me there, Adam. I think that, with even Andre Gray's success today, I mean, even success in some of the attacks today, his movement was already better than what Deeney was offering us before he got injured. So for me, Cleverley, I'd like to see come back in if possible. But Deeney, for me, he shouldn't be really starting football games for what football club anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously sad. He's been such a great player for us. I mean, if people say like they don't like Deeney, just like in general, like come on, like don't forget like all the good he's done for us. But like if he wants to like come back and like maybe, as you said, come off the bench the past couple of matches, it makes sense. But like unfortunately, the truth is we've been better without him. Our uptick in form, yes, the tactics have switched, but also it's coincided with him not being there. I mean, a front three of Sarr, Pedro, and Semas, I mean, as good as you're going to get in the championship. So it's like I love Deeney as much as anyone else, but it's just his playing style is not the best for the tactics. Historically, he's done better with a strike partner. He's done better with a Vidra or an Igalo, where even in 2018-19, it was like De La Feu played alongside him a lot. So he's historically been better when there's someone right beside him, but we can't be changing our successful tactics just for him.
I think Adam, the issue is we look so much more dynamic with that Sema, Sarr, Pedro front three compared to when Deeney was playing. I mean, it's so one-dimensional, as in hoofing the ball up to Deeney, get the flick-ons, and then maybe Sarr and Pedro, they pick up the flick-ons. But with this front three, a lot of the football's on the floor. That's how them players like to play. And I think that has to be the way to go forward. Finn is back from getting a drink. Finn, how you doing, mate?
I'm still good. Watford's still winning, so I'm still good.
Do you want to pop off quickly, Adam, for a break, or are you okay?
I'm all right. Thanks.
Cool.
I've just been listening to the last couple of minutes of your conversation about Deeney. I don't know if either of you did watch that interview that he did on the Watford YouTube channel. What was I going to say? Oh no, I've forgotten what I was going to say. He said something.
We were just discussing kind of about different styles of play with Deeney and without, and how dynamic the front three is without Deeney at the moment.
That was it. He was meant to start that game against Bristol, but Xisco said to him, no, he said to Xisco, all right, I can't play. I'm going to break something, if you do, And that sort of explains, like, some fans were confused as to why he was on the bench if he was injured. But I think it was Deeney's choice not to play, which is probably the most mature thing he's done all season.
We've got a Manchester United fan in the chat, and I don't know if he realises, but James Garner is actually at Nottingham Forest at the moment and not at Watford.
Should I give my whole spiel on James Garner then?
Go on, let loose, Adam, let loose.
All right, so of course James Garner is now on Nottingham Forest. So I mean, and I guess the bottom line is it's a very interesting topic, but for us, when he played for us for the first half of the season, I'd say he was aggressively mediocre at best. He wasn't like so I've seen some Watford fans saying he was absolutely terrible. I don't entirely agree with that, but he was not better than the options we currently have. And like Man U fans, they say, "Oh, it's your loss. You don't have him anymore." It's not, because the thing is, we had him on a 1-year loan, and the thing with him is he's going to the Championship to improve. And for a team that's chasing promotion, we can't be affording to give starting minutes to a player whose only real purpose is to improve. Like when we have Cleverly, Chalobah, Hughes, all Zinkernagel now playing in the midfield a lot, they're all more experienced than he is. They all, like, it's proven they can play better than he can this season. I mean, there was no reason to, I guess, waste time on James Garner, to say it lightly. And it's not to say he was terrible. He was definitely growing into it, and he's continued to grow a bit more with Nottingham Forest. But at the end of the day, for a promotion-chasing team, he's just not what we needed. I mean, the physicality he has to improve, and he has been improving with Nottingham Forest. I don't think he'll be maybe he'll get loaned out to a bottom half of the table Premier League team next year. But I mean, he's constantly improving. But at the end of the day, he's not better than what we had, and we couldn't be affording time on an improving player. Now, in the future, do I think he can be a great player if he continues improving? Then for sure. But the thing that I guess annoys us all is when Man U fans say it's our loss. But at the end of the day, no, it's not. Maybe in the future he'll be better than Cleverly. Maybe in the future he'll be better than Chalobah. But we only had him for 1 season. It's not like we bought him permanently and then let him go. So in the future, I don't doubt that he can be a great player. But right now and for the next couple seasons, he's still going to improve. And we couldn't be affording to waste time on that, to put it lightly.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, you've explained that really, really well, Adam. But I think also the quality of player that he would have had to dislodge to get into the Watford team and play regularly. Tom Cleverly, Will Hughes, Nathaniel Chalobah, Philip Zinkernagel, Carlos Sanchez has come in now. I mean, these are quality players, experienced professionals, and James Garner is just starting out in the game. So it was always going to be tough for him to get lots of first team minutes. But I think you've explained that quite well there. And yeah, he is at Nottingham Forest now and not at Watford. So yeah.
And I guess a thing to worth noting is James Garner last week, he did have a man of the match performance against Brentford, and Will Hughes and Chalobah got into the Championship team of the week over him. So I mean,
that is another good point. He didn't even get into the team of the week.
Yeah, and again, not to say Garner's terrible. He is improving, but it's just he still doesn't, like a lot of Man U fans think he's already he's already the second coming of Michael Carrick. Maybe in a few years he will be. He's not yet. Like he doesn't. Like he's a big part of setting the tempo for Nottingham Forest, but he's still he's not flawless, and he just still has a lot of room to grow. I mean, the physicality has to get up there, and that's what the loan moves are for. And Nottingham Forest, I mean, obviously they want to get away from relegation, but they're not like pushing for promotion either. Like they're kind of there. That's a good location for him to improve, and he has gradually been getting better. But I mean, I still think you're going to need a couple seasons before you really get a player who's actually slotting into your team well. You're not catering to his needs. He's actually helping you as well. I still think he has a couple of years to get to where, I guess, I don't know, Scott McTominay is, for example. And I know how much you love him, James, Scott McTominay. So.
Adam's coming out of all the jokes today. Wow. The players are just about to come back out for the second half. I'll do one more question before the second half begins, and I'll take that question from Sam, who says, so was the new stadium plans for real and not an April Fool's Day prank? Sam, I know it seems very, very drastic that we might be moving away from Vicarage Road, but they are real plans that have been submitted by the club to the local council. It's not plans to get approved for planning permission, but I think they're more plans just for the council to look at to see if that is, something they'd look to move forward with. For me personally, I know people are very, very sentimental to Vicarage Road, and I made a really, really short video on it yesterday. I'd love us to move into a new stadium. I think that's how the club should be looking to progress and to attract, the best players we can, and it rejuvenates the whole local area as well. But yeah, I completely understand why some people would be opposed to it. But yeah, for me personally, I don't know about Adam and Finn. I'd love to move into a nice swanky new ground.
Yeah, for just to quickly mention, the second half has now kicked off for us. And I guess with the new stadium, I mean, for me, I guess I don't have as much of a sentimental tie to Vicarage Road, considering I've been to 3 matches at the Vic, a couple at one. So I don't have as much of a sentimental tie. And obviously, I'd like to see a new stadium, but it's still one of the things. It's not like right around the corner, because if it's a 250 to 300 million pound project, if we don't go up and don't get promoted for a while, then we probably won't have the funds for it, just to simply state it. So it's a lot of it's going to have to do with our success as well. It's not, I don't, because it's one of the things that if we stay in the championship for a few seasons, where's the funds coming from?
Yeah, I mean, Finn, what I know you don't really want to. I was speaking to you yesterday. You were quite opposed to it. How do you see that panning out? Because I think, as Adam said, it's only really going to go ahead, if we're consistently in the Premier League for a number of years to fund this project.
Yeah, I think with me and Adam, probably more than you, I think we're not as much of a stakeholder as you are, because you obviously live very close to the Vic, and I think you're sort of thinking, and this is completely fair, and it's exactly what I would do if I lived where you would. But you're thinking of the local area. I'm like what it would do to the local area as well as just Watford. And I think that's probably I can see where that's coming from. So, short answer, no, I don't want to move, because I haven't been to the Vic enough, because I can't drive yet. Give it 2 or 3, 4 years of solid Premier League, middle of the table, 10, 11th, and then I'd say yes, do it. But until then, we're just not stable enough. We're not stable enough to move into such a big project,
Yeah. Yeah. Where are you from? Just out of curiosity.
A town called Redditch, just below Birmingham.
All right. Yeah. So, right now my match is at 47:08, 47:09.
Me too.
I'm exactly in time now, actually. So that's really good.
Sheffield Wednesday do currently have a player down injured. He's took both of his boots off, and he seems to be feeling.
Blimey, he looks really old. He does. Like, I'm not being rude. He does look. He looks about 40.
Is that Richard? I think that is. I don't know his first name.
I think it's just his facial hair. I'm so sorry if his family are watching, but he does look quite old.
I think his first name's Alex. I don't know.
Is it Alex Pritchard?
Watford's last 10 results, 9 wins, 1 loss. I mean, that's superb form, that is.
Yeah.
That is brilliant. And look, at every single one of those games we played the 4-3-3, it just says so much, doesn't it? And even there,
4-3-3 without Deeney.
Yeah. Even there in the table, because we out of the top 4, we're on the best form, with Brentford having dropped, was that 5, 6 points? We've picked up 15 out of 15. I just think that shows how much a changing system can do to a football club.
I mean, and you look at Brentford. They were in such good form for most of the season, and then, I mean, they started dropping points, and then they played Derby and Nottingham Forest. You star those as matches they're getting 6 points from, and they only get 2 from those. But it shows you anything can happen the other way. So,
yeah, a couple of sloppy passes early on from Watford here. It's not.
Yeah, it looks like Sheffield Wednesday have come out with quite a high press, actually.
Yeah. They're all pressing at once as well. It's not just one, which is what makes the press so effective. That's a good ball.
Yeah, you could argue the high press works in our favor, though.
Yes,
in terms of us on the counter, it absolutely does.
Yeah.
Is that Cleverly? I know.
It looks a lot like him. No.
Yeah. I saw maybe Zinc move to the wing. I don't know. That's good hold-up play.
Yeah.
We're already at 326 subscribers. So if we can actually now hit 330 before the end of the stream, that would be absolutely fantastic. Just need 4 more subscribers. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And of course, please check out Adam and Finn's pages as well. They're in the description down below. Just click on the links, and that'll take you to their Instagram pages. So make sure to give them a follow.
Sheffield Wednesday have come out. They do look like the stronger team in the second half.
I wouldn't worry about it too much. I mean, I'd let this first 5 minutes, pass and then see if they can keep it up because
what we can't do
they
is
are ultimately fighting against relegation, Finn, aren't they?
I think the key word there is fighting. Like they will give everything for 3 points.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, even as we were saying before the match as well, though, it's like even a draw. Obviously, they want the win. Even a draw is good enough, but they're gonna have to press on early because obviously sitting back in the first half didn't do anything for them. So it's gonna give them more chances, but it'll hopefully give us more chances to kill the match as well.
I think it will probably be a bit more like the Birmingham match now, where we're not dominant. We're not the only team in the game. I think they will come at us and they'll probably create a few chances.
Wait, so is Gray on the bench? I'm pretty sure he was, right?
He is,
Andre Gray's on the bench, yeah.
All right.
So I'm sure probably, another 10 minutes or so, we'll probably see him get introduced, you'd think.
Something I want to see is success off for Hungbo and then João Pedro down the middle. That's just all I want to see from this game. Give him at least 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah, Patterson just had a looping strike from 30 yards. Not going too crazy far off.
That wasn't terrible. Decent strike, that.
That wasn't terrible, yeah. It is weird that we've got the EFL transition screen. We usually have the Hive Live on. Chalobah, that's another sloppy pass there. That's a free kick anyway. Not entirely sure what for, but
we can't say our players are tired because a lot of them have had 2 weeks off essentially.
I
know they've been training, but they've not been playing 90-minute matches. Yeah, people like Will Hughes, Chalobah, they should all be really fresh.
I mean, I guess for us, it's you look at it. Bachmann was on international duty, but I mean, I guess he wasn't starting. And again, I play keeper, so but he was wait, hold up here.
That's good. That's good defending that
for a corner. All right. I mean, Bachmann was on international, but he's a keeper, so I mean, I guess fatigue isn't too much of an issue there. Truce, Kong, Messina, they all played. I guess Zinger, Nagel, and Sarr coming back from injury, you could argue about their fitness as well. But yeah, I mean, we don't have too much fatigue in this starting lineup, it should seem.
The only one that I'd sort of say not has an excuse, but has a reason would probably be Messina because he did literally play. He's had 1 day rest.
I've got to say, I don't know why Sweden, by the way, for Ken Semmer, I don't know why they played a friendly as well. I mean, what a stupid thing to do.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Sweden have some sort of what's the word? I don't know what the word is.
Oh, that's dangerous ball in there by Will Hughes from the corner.
Yeah. I swear, whenever we get a corner, that one of their players just falls on the floor.
God, you know what? They're really moaning at the referee as well.
Yeah.
So what's happened?
I'm not sure what the referee's done.
What's been given?
Free kick to Sheffield Wednesday.
Success was
He's literally just jumped up for a header and then fallen over.
I swear refs have vendettas against him.
Success, yeah.
Nike Chiara in chat. What is your score prediction, guys? I went for a 3-0 at the start of the game. I'm probably going to change that to a 2-0 now. I just really can't see us scoring another 2 goals, but you never really know what's going to happen in football. So I'll stick with my 3-0, but I don't think that would actually happen.
I'll stick with my pre-match 2-0, but not right now. Sheffield with an attack, cross it in.
That's good defending from Truth Decon. That's as a centre back myself. If you don't play centre back, you don't understand how hard it is to get back in that position. That's really good defending.
And as a goalkeeper, you'll love seeing that from your centre back. James, what position do you play? Well, you might only need a couple more for 5-a-side.
I'm a bit like Ronaldinho, Adam.
Oh, that's really good play from João Pedro.
Yeah. Near post, hit it hard. Good save, it seems.
Sorry, James, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No worries. Don't worry, Finn. I'm not that talented at football. I'm not that talented. I'll do a job. I'll do a job up front, but I'm no Cristiano Ronaldo. It's interesting actually. Away from Watford, I don't know if you guys follow Fabrizio Romano on Twitter, but in terms of big transfers, I mean, this summer it looks like Erling Haaland might be leaving Borussia Dortmund. I mean,
Someone's just spamming 1-1 in the chat.
If we go up, we get like 150 million pounds. I think we should just cash in on him.
Well, you know what? I don't know if you listened to it, Adam, but did you listen to the Filippo Giraldi Fabrizio Romano interview?
Mm-hmm.
And we were in for Erling Haaland when he was 16 years old. But obviously, it never worked out in the end. But I just thought that's a fascinating listen. I mean, listen to that interview if you haven't already.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
it's a great interview. I just didn't want to hear that we were linked with Haaland and didn't get him.
Yeah, but you know what? With Watford scouting network, I mean, we've probably been linked with every. I mean, we're probably linked with Mbappe. You know, I'm sure these players are on our radar, but it's just whether you can actually buy them is a different matter.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm pretty sure they're on most. I guess if they're that good, they're going to be on most teams' radar. So.
Well, yeah, there's no team in the world that's going to have Mbappe offer to them and turn it down.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're in that quality of team where it's like we're obviously not like European competing, but if you're a young player, we'll give you a couple seasons of consistent starting minutes so you can develop.
Well,
Like João Pedro.
Sorry, Finn. He actually said in that interview, Adam, that João Pedro was actually going to be moving to Ajax before he came to Watford. But then they did kind of, I think they renegotiated the deal, or I think they offered a little bit more money from what I gathered from listening to that, and he did come to Watford in the end. So yeah. I mean, that's another good point, Adam. That players like this are on different clubs' radars, but whether Watford can get them and sell the story of Watford, that's a different matter.
I also remember came up probably around a year ago now. João Pedro was he was linked with a move. Well, Liverpool wanted him, and like we paid. I think it was initially like £5 million for Pedro, and it can keep rising somewhere in that region. Liverpool wanted him, but we inserted some sort of clause into the deal that said another team is allowed to get Pedro, but we have to get £20 million from it. So it's basically for Fluminense, they'd have to get at least a bid of like 25 million for it to even be worth considering, because then they give Watford what they need and get an extra profit. But I'm pretty sure he was on Liverpool's radar as well.
Yeah. I mean, Watford scouting network's really, really extensive. So yeah, it looks like substitutions going to be made here with Andre Gray coming on by the sounds of it. That's
Great
what
hold play there by Success.
That's what Rudy's put in chat anyway. I mean, we might see Gray introduced it's got to be Success coming off, doesn't it? You think?
If it is, I mean, even if it isn't, but especially if it is, I must say, his subs have been getting really good. I think like his substitutions have been perfect.
I'd say 4 out of 5 of the substitutions a game are good.
Yeah, that's right.
Success has been thrown on the floor at every opportunity.
He does. I mean, he does that himself anyway. I think it's just how he plays football. He likes to win us free kicks, but with his strength, he probably could stay on his feet.
You know that guy you said that looked 40? He's bowling.
Is that Barry Bannon? I think
Bannon. Yeah.
So, wow, this game's going really quickly, actually.
I just got flashbacks from the FA Cup semi-final.
Sorry?
In the FA Cup semi-final, we conceded to Jimenez a free kick situation exactly like that, where their right back chipped into the striker. I'm just... Sorry.
Oh,
I watch those highlights once a month.
Say that again. Adam.
I must say, I watch those highlights about once a month when I just need some like motivation or...
Me too.
I literally watched it the other week, actually. How funny.
Yeah, because like the FA Cup has that like they have that like 16-minute highlight video. Like the first 8 minutes were just torture, but
that's good defending from Kiko. Get it clear. I'll tell you what, Chalobah's footwork is a lot better than I expected.
Mm-hmm. He's regaining that form that we saw in that 17-18 season under Marco Silva.
Yeah. I love when Pedro does that.
That little body thing he does is sweaty.
He loves it, doesn't he, Pedro? That little body feint inside.
Yeah.
Don't speak into the box first.
Success goes down again. He didn't get foul that time.
One thing I think that's interesting about the when we make it into a 4-1-4-1, is Hughes. He doesn't have like. It doesn't seem like he sometimes has those stellar performances just because he's never done anything wrong. Like he doesn't do anything wrong either. So it's like it's slightly.
Well, so Dan Gosling and Andre Gray are coming on. So Andre Gray is coming on for Isaac's success, and Dan Gosling. I wonder who Dan Gosling on for Zinkernagel. So those are substitutions being made.
Especially with Zinkernagel just coming back from injury, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, Zinkernagel, I've not actually noticed him today a lot, actually, which is unfortunate.
Probably the next change I'd like to see is Hungbo on for what's his name? So.
Oh, what's the foul for there?
So Watford, Dan Gosling's just come on the pitch and he's given away quite a dangerous free kick on the edge of the box there.
Yeah, he hasn't even touched the ball yet. And he's ready. That's a bit of a.
I mean, to be honest, that was a very, very weak. I mean,
no one doesn't even touch him. He didn't touch him with his feet.
I mean, this is awful. I mean, the referee. I mean, questionable decisions today.
It's the Premier League referee. Premier League referee.
I know. Yeah. I know. John Moss was refereeing a championship game the other week actually as well.
I can't remember what his name is. He reffed the Spurs game.
It's not like Bobby Madley or someone, is it?
No, it's the Spurs game where they should have had a goal disallowed, but he didn't hear it right. Must be a Luton fan. Or Bournemouth. His boots are falling apart.
Is this? Can you
that
understand?
Can't be allowed.
Can you understand this message, Adam? I know you do a lot of you can speak some Spanish, can't you?
No, I can't translate that, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately not.
I can find out what it means for you.
Go on, Adam. Go on. Probably a Sirielta fan. If you're a fan of Sirielta, say hello.
Well, that wasn't Spanish. That's in Portuguese. So
I know there's a lot of people. Might be for Pedro, South America. You never know.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous free kick here for Sheffield Wednesday on the edge of the Watford box.
I don't want to watch. Was that into the wall?
Yeah, it was like in between the wall and it ricocheted up.
Yeah, and it's cleared out now.
That's what I like about Hughes. He never just boots it at the first opportunity. He always takes a touch and looks for a pass that will be better than just hoofing the ball.
He's just calm and composed, isn't he?
Yeah. And when he's not, he gets annoyed at himself.
Yeah. He doesn't try to do anything too special. He never tries. He gets the job done. He doesn't make it too special. Yeah. Like I guess is why he gets less recognition than he deserves.
I'm probably why he's not ever been in the England squad. I'm not saying he should this season, by the way.
But Eric saying, how's the game going? Watford winning. We are winning, Eric. We're winning 1-0 at the moment. 63 minutes gone, and hopefully we can, I would take this right now, personally. I think, towards the end of the season, for me, regardless of performance, you just need to get them 3 points. So I would take this currently.
Go on, Adam.
That's about the 6th time this match that the keeper has just booted it out to no.
I think this is the sort of game that under Ivic we would have lost or drawn.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the way Sheffield have played, really negative.
Yeah, you look at the last game, we drew 0-0, didn't we?
Yeah. And we're 1-0 up, and obviously Sheffield's getting a bit more of the ball now, but we're still going for it.
That's good from Andre there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, however, isn't.
That's pointless.
Go on, Will. That's it. Go on, Will. Well done, mate.
I swear he's on 4 yellow cards as well.
Yeah, but five yellow cards. I think that's been wiped now. You have to get 10 to get suspended.
Oh, is that really?
Yeah, I think that well, I know that happens in the Premier League. I assume it happens in the Championship as well, right?
Hughes didn't even try to hide the fact that he found him. He was holding his hand after the whistle had gone.
Yeah,
if Hughes was on for it.
I think after Christmas they wipe the yellow cards thing. So you need to get 10 to get a game suspension, I believe. I'm not too sure. I'll have to read up on that properly.
I don't think Hughes would have done that if he was 1 away. So
yeah, he's not. Oh, not a long throw-in. I hate long throw-ins.
I miss Holdebass's long throws. even though they weren't that long.
Gosling hasn't touched the ball yet.
Oh.
Emily is Portuguese.
Oh!
Ooh. They're getting close to Sheffield Wednesday. I wish I could tell you the names of their players, but I've got to be honest, I've got no clue really. So I do apologise.
They probably really should have scored that.
So Eric, look at this. Eric's from Peru. How is Watford struggling with one of the bottom teams? I don't know, Eric, but it's a Watford thing to do. We seem to always struggle when we shouldn't struggle. But hopefully we can score a second goal and be a bit more comfortable.
Rudy
saying we need that second goal. Absolutely agree, Rudy. Looks like Sheffield Wednesday are planning to make a few changes now as well.
If we get that second goal, it puts the game to bed. This game's really. I reckon whoever gets the next goal will win this game.
It's actually been quite a dull game. I've got to be honest. Not really been too much goal mouth action, I'd say.
Wouldn't totally mind it staying that way.
Looks like their assistant manager's on the phone there. I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Probably to the manager.
Yeah, it's having a phone conversation. I mean, that's interesting, isn't it?
Okay. Sorry, lads, fell asleep to Tommy Mooney's voice.
I would say something, KJ, but it's not acceptable for this stream. I don't like Tommy Mooney's commentary. Put it that way.
I wonder how many times he's mentioned golfing yet.
You know what he does? Whenever we score, he always goes, "Ooh, ooh, good goal, ooh."
He makes strange noises, doesn't he?
He does. Tommy Mooney loves a strange noise when doing his commentary.
Get off your phone, Dini.
And put your mask up. Put your mask up.
We really need this second goal. For want of a better phrase, I think we've possibly got the most Brexit midfield possible at the moment. Unless Cleves was on for probably Hughes. But
so in chat, Adam, Matt said, do you guys miss VAR? And it is 10 yellow cards before a game ban. So maybe if Suriel gets booked again, it will just be for one game. So that might not be too shabby in the end.
no, I got 10 and it was 2 games.
Chalobah was banned for 2.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Well, what was the other question? Do I miss VAR?
Do you miss VAR? Yeah.
I think there's aspects yes and aspects no. I think I do see it as necessary in a sense because I think the whole problem with VAR hasn't even been VAR itself. It's been the people officiating it and the people doing it. Because in concept, VAR is a great idea. Always get the call right, but at the end of the day, it's more the people control.
Watford on the attack here.
Pedro.
That's unlucky.
Oh,
Dodgy
Pedro.
Pedro.
He got to the byline and he tried to cut that back, but no one's really there to
That's nice news.
We're playing inverted wingers. Ooh, that was close.
You know what? Andre Gray's causing their defenders problem. You can see them panicking when he's running in behind there.
That shot probably looked closer to me than it was.
Yeah.
God, Zisco does look nice today, doesn't he? I have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I quite like having a young manager, actually. You know, compared to someone like Roy Hodgson, at least we've got a good-looking manager.
David wasn't that old.
Well, he looked old.
He looked old.
Maybe that was his whole facial demeanour. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he smiled once as Watford manager. Maybe when we drew.
He did answer actually. He did that interview thing with Scott Duxbury. He did actually answer one of my questions, and he did smile then. So can I say I'm the only person to make Vladimir Ivic smile?
Probably.
I don't think there's anything to disprove that. He did give us that gem of a picture where his fists are clenched at Thomas Frank.
Yeah. Yeah. James, what was the question you asked him?
Oh, I think I said. I mean, it's quite ironic now looking back at it. I asked him. I said, "Do you see yourself staying at Watford for the long term?" and he was like, "Yes, I do see myself staying at Watford." But unfortunately, he got sacked. So maybe I jinxed that. So sorry, Vladimir.
Unfortunately, he got sacked. I don't think there was a Watford fan in the world that was sacked.
Finn, I worded that wrong. I mean, I never like to see anyone lose their job, but the football was not very good.
Yeah. I don't think he's a terrible manager, though. I just think he wasn't what he needed. Like,
if you're a relegation team, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
If it was Sheffield Wednesday or maybe Cardiff to an extent, that sort of team would probably fit his style of play. But what we need expansive football. Like, we've got players like Sema, Sarr, Pedro. We've got players like that need to be utilised better than
Sema. Wait, he played 2 days ago. Wait, what? Why are we bringing on Sema?
Why? We've got Humbo on the bench.
I'll tell you what I think Xisco's thinking in terms of Humbo and why he's brought Sema on. I think with Humbo, and I've kind of noticed it, he only tends to bring him on when we're really, really comfortable in a game.
No. João Pedro's limped off the pitch.
Oh, no. Oh, that's awful. He looks actually quite injured there. I mean, that doesn't look good, does it? I mean, when a player goes down off the ball, I mean, I presume that was off the ball, was it?
Yeah.
I don't know. His shoe was off, so maybe it was a stamp or something. Hopefully, it's just.
It might have been his Achilles.
Well, I mean, you tend to think the worst, don't you? But I mean, I hope it's not his Achilles. I mean, that would be a real shame.
There's not a fact else that it could be other than it's either a stump or an Achilles.
Yeah.
And I don't see a player coming off looking that hurt because of a stump.
He came off relatively quickly, though, so hopefully it's nothing bad. So.
Oh, that's awful.
I mean, you never know what Finn. You never actually know what's happening with players. Like, he might have had a knock during a week in training, and you know, he might have just you know, you never know what's happening.
I know, but he's got his shoe off, and he had to have 2 people help him off the pitch.
Yeah, but I've seen that happen to players before, and they're literally playing the next week.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
ball here. Put it to bed. Oh.
Come on, we just need one more goal. One more goal. Come on. God, Finn, you look so distraught by that.
I don't want to go back to Andre Gray up front.
He's been performing a bit better. He's been performing.
Andre Gray's doing well.
Is he anywhere near the levels of João Pedro?
Oh no, not at all.
Exactly.
But he wasn't up front today, though, Pedro.
Yeah.
I don't know. Usually, if it's really bad, though, I mean, he came off relatively quickly, so hopefully.
I think this is going to be it.
They're showing it here. Oh, look! It looks like.
Looks like he's stamped down on the back of his ankle.
You know what? That doesn't now. Looking back at that, it doesn't look too bad, does it?
Yeah.
But then you look at the Clevs one, and he stood on the ball, and he was out for 6-7 games.
I reckon Pedro will probably be back next Friday. To be honest, against Reading.
We've lost.
Looking at that, it didn't look too serious. That.
No.
I think. I mean, Monday we go with front 3 of Sema, Gray, Sarr, and then.
Or Humber. I just want to see Humber play a game.
I just don't know how many minutes Humbo has in him.
Who are we playing on? It's Middlesbrough, isn't it?
So we've got Middlesbrough on Monday, and then we've obviously got Reading, which is a really tough game on the Friday.
I hope that's not bad.
I don't think it will. I don't think it will be, Finn. I don't think it will be.
I want to be before the final 2 matches. I don't think my heart could take that.
What?
If we're not promoted and we have to play Brentford and so on, my heart just can't take that.
I genuinely will watch it behind my bed. James, I won't be doing a watch along for either of those videos if we need to get if we need to win them.
Well, I'm doing a watch along next Friday for Reading, hopefully. So hopefully you can join me for that, Finn.
Yeah. Question though, If right situation, last game of the season, Brentford are out the equation. It's us or Swansea that get promoted. We are currently a point ahead of Swansea.
Yeah.
Do you sit back and play for a draw, or do you go for the win?
Ugh, I don't even want to think about that, Finn. I mean, that is a scenario that can actually potentially happen. We might have to win on that last day against Swansea to get promoted. So I personally just don't even want to think about that. I don't know about Adam. I'd like to get it sorted out before that final game.
I think we just have. Obviously, I want to get it sorted out, and a lot would have to happen for it to be a 1-point difference. Because right now, I mean, before this match, we were 6 points ahead with 1 match in hand plus goal differential. So if they win that match in hand, which is no guarantee considering how they're playing, it would be 3 points with us having goal difference. But if it really came down to that, I think we'd still have to just. I think we just have to play our game because I mean, us when we sitting back is just Swansea want the ball. So I mean, it's get ahead, deflate them early. Because then if they score first, we'll pin them back for the rest. So I think we just have to play our game.
Does anyone know the other championship scores?
No, but I was actually meant to ask you guys earlier, but I completely forgot.
Swansea play 3 p.m. here, so 8 p.m. for you. I have Norwich,
Norwich.
Bournemouth 2-1, Middlesbrough and Cardiff are losing.
That's all that really matter to us. Blackburn are 15.
Yeah, but Brentford
please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're only 3 away from 330 subscribers now. I'm sure we can do that before the end of this game. So if you can subscribe if you're new around here, that would be absolutely fantastic. And please subscribe if you haven't already.
That Swansea game I might have to watch later.
Who have they got again?
I literally just looked and I can't remember. Birmingham City.
I think they're away to Birmingham City.
Birmingham, right?
Wait, or I don't know. Yeah, they're away to Birmingham City.
I can't see Norwich dropping off. I mean, they're definitely going up. I think we can all say that. It's just for us now, it's about second place.
What's that?
Tackled him with his head.
Oh, sorry.
That's ridiculous.
That is brilliant.
Is Mike Sarr whipped in? Oh! And referees brought it back. For a foul. I'm not quite sure what's happened there.
I think he's the defender that's on the floor has tried to tackle Sarr with his face. No, he's hurt himself. He's crying.
You know what? If they're wasting time, whatever. Let's just let them waste their time.
That was brilliant from Sarr, though. I love that determination from it's what we were missing at the start of the season.
And the start of the season, saying already subscribed a true Watford fan from Barcelona. Watford fan. You know, that's fantastic that we're getting you involved and you know, João Pedro is better than Lionel Messi, obviously.
Look, this is what determination you want to see from a player like Sarr. Like,
I wonder what the goalkeeper said though. He's been booked. The goalkeeper. He must have said something mean.
The keeper's been moaning at the ref all day.
That's superb from Sarr to actually get back up and carry on, isn't it?
Beginning of the season, he stays down.
If we get another goal,
ref now from Premier League games, actually, now you've said that, I do recognise him.
I think if we get another goal, we have to take Sarr off the pitch.
Yeah.
Come on, Watford. Come on. I'm getting into this now. Come on.
I don't want another nervy final turn.
If we concede now, I mean, I'll be very peed off, to be honest.
I'll just leave the stream, mate.
Finn, I'll tell you what, you've been very negative since João Pedro went off injured. Bit more positivity from you, please.
That's good from Gosling.
You love Dan Gosling, don't you, Finn? You love it.
What's the score right now? 1-0 to Watford, but we have been controlling the game for the last 4 or 5.
I think Emily has a bet on the game, Finn. I think she doesn't want Watford to lose. I think she's got a bet on.
James, how many subscribers have you gained from this stream?
I think I've gained 12 from this stream, which is really, really good going. I'm really, really happy with how it's gone. And please make sure to check out watfordopinions.com. Adam does fantastic Watford articles on there. And make sure to go check out Finn's Instagram page as well. The links to both of them are in the description down below.
Yeah, and I'll most likely be doing a player ratings article to hopefully be published by tomorrow as well after this match. So,
Nico's got a lot of space in his position there, hasn't he? Andre. Oh.
I'm loving the movement from Gray.
This is
let me know in the comments, guys, if you want to see a watch along next Friday against Reading. I'd be more than happy to do that, but let me know if you'd like to see that in the comments below, and leave a like on the video as well.
That's a good pass, to be fair.
That's a great ball. Sheffield. Good job.
I'm nervous now. That's it, Messina. Get in his way.
Drive, Ken. Drive.
Go on, Ken.
Turn around. Drive. Oh, that's
There
filth.
was space there for him to drive into.
That turn was filthy from Chalobah.
I mean, Ibrahimovic must have been honored to play with Sema during the international break.
Oh, I know.
Honestly,
he must have been in awe. He must have been in awe.
Would love to see a watch along for the Reading game.
I will hopefully get that sorted out, Adam. That would be good. Vamos Watford, says Rodrigo. Vamos Watford, come on, come on.
Hey, Jake, you're my only source of the game right now. My Xbox is updating.
Well, I hope me, Finn, and Adam have done a good job of keeping you updated with the game, and yeah, I hope
Is
you
this
all enjoy
Watford or no?
Zisco's been a lot more animated than he usually seems to. I mean, Zisco's always being active, but he seems like a bit angrier than usual right now.
To be honest, I mean,
Emily,
I would, if I was Zisco, I mean, I'd want more than a 1-goal lead, right? So I can understand where Zisco's frustration is coming from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like we've been doing all right. Like we've been doing what we needed to do, but again, it's not the best we've played the past 10.
Callum Patterson looks in genuine pain. I hope he's all right. I'm very confused, but you guys funny speak. I like listen, but I don't understand. It's fine if you don't understand, as long as you're having fun. Oh, someone just put goal in the chat.
No.
Finn, just don't take it like literally. What I've learned from doing these is don't take anything literally. Like people say goal when there's no goals that have happened.
Yeah, like Mark Goldbridge insisted he was in my no. They people say
that was quite funny, Adam. I have to say that was quite funny.
They've got another player down.
You know what? Let them go down then, Finn.
Their physios must have not been. Why has he just slid then?
Well done, Shrewster Kong. Well done, mate.
Right, who are you taking off? If you take off Chalobah or Hughes, I swear to God.
La Roca is coming on the pitch. Carlos Sanchez is coming on. I've had a lot of Carlos Sanchez fans in my Instagram DMs, but he is coming onto the pitch now. So I hope you're going to enjoy this moment.
If imagine a year ago, you were to tell someone that Watford would be subbing on Dan Gosling and Carlos Sanchez after Isaac's success started in the championship.
Oh my God, I would not believe you. Will Hughes is getting the captain's armband as well. That's great to see. Chalobah's coming off to Carlos. Bit of a strange one as Chalobah's, you know, unless he's got a knock we don't know about. I think Chalobah probably could have played the whole game.
Heart attack period now. You've knocked it right on the head. I'm scared now. Can we just... Oh, there's going to be so much added time as well.
I love Carlos. You know what? When Carlos signed, I did a stream saying I'm not a fan of the signing, but actually now, you know, in hindsight, looking at it, he's actually done a decent job for us. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I'm quite happy with him.
Yeah, it's no thrill signing, but it's necessary. So I mean,
yeah.
The only thing he's done wrong is possibly he lost the ball on the edge of their box when we conceded against Rotherham, but I don't think we can blame him for that. That's just dodgy touch, but.
Yeah, I'm really happy with how the stream's gone for a channel of my size to have, nearly 50 people watching at one stage. I mean, that's absolutely fantastic, and yeah, really appreciate you all watching. Really, really good. Not long left to go now. Just about 5 minutes left. Obviously, there might be a bit of injury time as well.
Oh,
but,
what?
But what?
Corner Watford. I'm calling it now. Dan Backman overhead kick, win it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Dan Backman's going to come up for this, Finn.
He might.
You don't know.
He might.
Yeah, that only usually happens when you're chasing a goal.
We are
chasing the 2.
Well, we are chasing a goal, but not to win a game. We're already winning, right?
Do we think we're scoring here? Do we think we're scoring?
Look what Ajax just put in the chat. James loves to crack a joke and makes the best streams. Adam knows it all about Watford and creates an amazing articles. Finn, always negative and need to cheer up. Go on. Ooh.
Oh, Carlos there. Is that Carlos?
Sar with a volley from the edge of the box, nearly finding the top corner.
Tell you what, Sar's volleys have improved a lot because you look at the first game against Liverpool last season.
They've improved so much as it goes over the bar.
If you look at his highlights from when he played in France with Rennes, he scored like pretty similar goals to that a couple of times. It was like crazy. Yeah.
There was one
he actually scored a really good header against Arsenal in the Europa League. Have you seen that one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was
really good.
If I'm not mistaken, Leia Saliki assisted that.
Yeah, he did. There was a video of one of Sar's goals that went around social media a couple of years back. I didn't really. Oh no. Oh, he's all right. I didn't realize it was him. I watched it so many times. I only realized it was him like a couple of days ago.
Was it the top corner volley?
So again, Adam.
Was it that top corner volley? Or
yeah, from outside the box. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not long left. 3 minutes left to go of normal time. Watford still 1-0 up. I mean, you can see how this is going to go now. I mean, we're going to end up conceding, aren't we?
What I don't like as well is we've got 2 players that played 2 days ago on the left.
I've just got a bad feeling now about this game. I really have.
People are written all over it.
Yeah, I remember that. I was so disappointed after that result. Finn against
the game off after that. Let's go.
That's it. Look, Zisco's like this on the touchline. Come on.
That's what we missed from Ivic. No, it's just clear it. Please clear the ball.
Bloody hell, Carlos.
Clear the ball.
What's that?
That's what I meant.
No. We're not concentrating now. We've lost our composure.
Our formation's all over the place right now.
Yeah.
Messina looks knackered.
I mean, look at our back line. I mean, it's not really it's not even a back line anymore.
That's all tackle. Get Lazar on for Messina. He's knackered. Or even Lazar on for Sar and just have 3 left backs.
I'll be so disappointed. Really. Come on, we just need to get over the line. I mean, this has not been a classic performance that we've seen from Watford today.
Go on, Ken.
Emily says negative Finn is funny.
Over the top.
Oh, Carlos, what are you doing?
No, 4 now? 4. Can you play? Stop.
What's he doing?
Oh
James,
my God,
James,
Carlos,
you
what are you
jinxed it.
doing?
You've jinxed it, James.
Carlos. Oh no. I've really got a bad feeling.
That's what we
well done, Dan. Well done, Dan.
James, you've jinxed Carlos Sanchez.
I know. I'm so sorry.
He's had 3 opportunities to just clear the ball there, and he just hasn't.
He reminds me of early Doucouré when he would only pass it backwards.
Yeah.
I mean, this has not been. I mean, I mean, overall, I've not been impressed with the actual performance at all. But even our goal, it came from an own goal. So
it was a good ball though.
Yeah. No, I think the first half we definitely deserved to be in the lead. After that, I mean, we were in a very good patch of form. The international break came at probably the worst time possible.
There's two arguments for that though, because Sarr didn't go, and he's had 2 weeks to rest, and it's really what he's needed. There's two arguments for that. 5 minutes. I'm going to hide under my desk.
5 minutes. Are you going to be able to watch the rest of this game, Adam? Or you got to shoot off, mate?
I haven't been told otherwise, so I'll assume I'll be able to.
All right, mate.
One goal for Tom Cleverley Mark 2. Go on.
Tom Cleverley Mark. You love him, don't you? So if you don't know, Finn's favourite players is Kiko Feminier and Tom Cleverley. He loves them.
I just love their work rate.
Yeah.
I'm so scared.
Vamos, Watford, come on.
I'm more scared now than I was before Messina took that free kick against Cardiff.
Why?
Well in, Carl.
Oh, Carlos gets it out there. Well done, Carlos.
Clear the ball!
Bloody! Why are we faffing about with it on the ground now? Like, now is not the time to faff about. Just get it up the pitch.
That was a decent counter attack, to be fair.
5 minutes, AJ.
You get 5 minutes added on, Alfie.
That's a good touch from Gosling there. He's done well. Should have just
see how we're doing for subscribers. Hopefully, we can hit 330 before the end of the stream here.
Okay.
We're one away from 330. So if you haven't subscribed, please do that. That would mean the world to me. And make sure to go check out Adam and Finn's pages in the description below as well.
Rudy, I love your occasional random points. Just say what's happening in the game. Like we have a throw in. Kiko's a very attractive man, isn't he?
Yeah, I've got to say, Kiko Femini is a very, very good-looking football player, and so is Phillips. Zinkenagel, actually.
I asked my girlfriend which one she prefers. She prefers Kiko.
Does she?
I don't know if she's still here. She's probably not.
As much as I like Troy Deeney, he's not the most attractive man.
No, he does look like he's been hit by a bus.
All right. I wouldn't say that to his face.
No, I think he would probably not
cross it in.
Or the keeper powers out Sarr's cross, and Carlos Sanchez hits it about 50 yards over the top of the bar.
Why would he do that?
This time I started.
Sorry, it was Sarr. I keep getting confused between Sarr and Sanchez. Was it Sanchez?
It was Sanchez on the edge, yeah.
It was Sanchez.
Can you imagine if that flies in the top corner though? It seems. See it out.
2 minutes left to go. I know there's a couple of people in chat who had bets on the game. Watford look like they're going to win this. But,
don't say that. Don't say it.
Don't. Knock on wood. Knock on wood or something.
Yes, just touch wood. Find something wood. Anything wood. Just touch wood, James.
I do have a wooden desk right next to me, so I have touched that.
All right.
God, Zisco, you beautiful man.
Remember
what a guy. Put a heart in chat if you think Zisco is a good-looking football manager, because I think Zisco is a beautiful man.
That's our ball. That's good. A minute and a half to go.
That's it. It's waste time. Waste time now. You know.
Take your time with.
Who's someone strong? Get Gosling in the corner.
You know, this is when you need Troy on the pitch, Adam. We were discussing it earlier.
Yeah.
You know, his hold-up play in this situation would be fantastic.
Just sub off Sarr for Kabasele and just get Kabasele in the corner.
Would you guys say Sarr man of the match?
No, I wouldn't.
Well, to be honest, I mean, Adam's got a point for him because he did put in the cross for the goal.
Yeah, he's one of our better performances, but the first 15 minutes of this half, I don't think he did anything.
It's not really been a standout player though, has
yeah,
there?
That's why it's hard. Who would you say was your man of the match?
Who?
Me?
Yeah, go on then.
Yes, Sarr. I'd say I'd agree with you. I'd say Sarr. He put the cross in for the goal. I mean, I can't really I'm just thinking about the other players. Like, what? No one's done anything to me that has stood out as being something extraordinary. So yeah, I'd say Sarr.
AJ, I was going to say that. I was going to say Troost-Ekong, but last time I said that, everyone laughed at me. That's
I thought
brilliant.
Sirielta first half did quite well as well.
That's really good from Andre Brown.
Yeah. I mean, he's looked up to it.
Not long left now. It looks like this is going to be the final play of the game. Watford have got a corner.
Just get everyone that would have gone up for the corner in the corner of the pitch and block them off.
And yeah, been a fantastic stream as well.
I do think Troost-Ekong has a case, though. I do think he has a case.
I would have said either Troost-Ekong or Sarr.
That's that.
Yeah, and that's it. It's full time. Watford won the match. Come on, the boys.
Wasn't pretty, but it worked.
Final words, Adam. Final words.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on. I'd love to be able to do this again sometime. And yeah, good. Not the best of performances, but a win's a win no matter what. So. Thank you.
Superb. Norwich due apparently as well. Finn, final words on that game. Watford did get the win in the end.
See ya.
Yeah. Bye-bye, Adam. Hope you have a great day, mate.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't a pretty performance, but again, we got the job done. We did what we need to do. It's yet another Watford performance where I was scared for my life for the last 10 minutes. But at the end of the day, we've got the job done. It's what we needed. And it's a good way to start off the weekend.
Good way to start off the long Easter weekend. So, happy Easter to everyone who is celebrating. Thank you very much for watching the stream. I'll do a final sub count now to see if we did hit 330 subscribers. It'd be superb if we did. And yeah, thank you very much for watching the stream as well. I mean, nearly 50 people watching, at one point was fantastic. And yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. And yeah, we'll catch you very, very soon for some more Watford content. Bye-bye, guys.